shot recognition, right, for you.
You're attacking at the net.
Right, like, so if we're at the net here and we're playing, right, and we're dinking, I'm constantly assessing your shot, right, and I'm assessing it for this. Can I do that with it? Can I do that with it? Right? Is it there? Is it got enough depth, and has it got enough height? So every time you hit the ball, I make my decision, right? No, can't do it here, or yeah, I can do it here, right? And remember, we talked about if you're not over your feet and you're not forwards, it's going to be very difficult to attack because you're letting the ball get too close to you. And when you attack, you want to be out at full extension. See, everything's at full extension. You're out here. Nothing is in here, right? You want power.
So
out
if the
here.
ball coming at you here, what do?
Well, if it's come to you there, what that means is that you've missed the opportunity. You must have your racket back in here.
I see. You got to
right?
be.
You got to be out here so that you get it out here. If it gets back here, this is a much harder shot.
Yeah.
Than this is aggressive. This is defensive, right? This is like sort of like, uh-oh, I got to figure out what to do with this thing. This is, I'm going to attack, right? So it's all about judging the ball that you get and then making sure that you have the right ball to attack.
Okay.
Right? So if it's too high or it's too long, that's where I'm going to start to attack it, right? Because I have to be able to attack it and get it over the net and be able to get enough on it, right? So that if I attack and I don't get enough on it, then it's going to come attack at me and they get attack on me.
Right.
So being out on your racket, but when you attack, right, it's going to be a very short motion, very, very punchy motion, right? If the ball's out here, I'm not going to take a lot of time to do this, right? It's going to be this. I mean, I'm just here. It's a very short, right? And I'm using all of my wrist, right, to generate all my power. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to take a full cut, right? I may be out here, right, and it's just boom, right? And I'm out. Everything is here. Nothing comes back here, right? Unless I have the time, and then maybe. But most likely, I'm not going to have time to take full swing. So, being out in front of you and recognizing where the ball is and if it's attackable or not attackable. That's really when we play the net game. It's really a constant evaluation of what shot you're getting and what shot you can make, right? Because if the guy makes a really good dink shot low, why would I attack that ball, right? It's below the net. I can't get it through the net. I have to go over the net, and then it probably is going to go up, right? But I can attack this ball, right? So it's sort of like you have to divide it into chunks of space, right? From here to here is really something that I can't attack. Here to here, like that's sort of the yellow light area where it's attackable. It's not like a complete put away, but I can attack. And then here to here is sort of like very attackable. So you have to sort of like put the shot in those sort of three compartments for yourself and say, not attackable,
maybe
kind of attackable, But if this ball is a much different attackable ball than this ball, right? This ball is this, and this ball is, is a much more challenging shot because you have to like kind of go. You got the net in the way, and so you want to keep it low.
This is like more of a push than this is a smack.
Yeah, and this is more of like what I call it is a punch, right? I'm sort of punching, right? You see how I'm just sort of like I'm punching here. I don't have time to do this big wind up unless it's a very slow ball and I get time. But when it's quick, right? I have to do that, right? And it's just a punch, and here's a lot of wrist. Right, here's a lot of wrist action here, and that's why I sort of keep my racket out here because I like to punch with my backhand, and if I have time, I will with my forehand. But sometimes I don't have time, So yeah, it's that recognition of when you get a good ball to hit.
Okay.
So we can work on that a little bit. We can.